Hello guys, welcome to one more video to learn the most useful tips. Today I will show you 10 tips to use Git as a master from the terminal. 10 tips that will blow out your mind. Just remember to subscribe to my channel if you want more tips like those there. Number 10. This is a shortcut to come back to the previous branch I was. I switch from branch to branch many times per day, and with git checkout hyphen I go back to the previous branch I was. No need to specify the name of the branch. Git checks the history. The number 9 is the stash. How many times am I interrupted per day? I don't know. So I have to put away to save somewhere my work to continue later. Git stash save. Now I can change the branch, perform some commits, and when I come back, git stash pop. And here is my modification again. There are other options, such as naming the stashes or persisting the stashes, but it's out of the scope of this video. The number 8 is modifying a commit. Sometimes I develop something, add some unit tests, seems to work, and finally commit and push. But in the CI/CD pipelines, the rest of the tests fail. Of course, I've missed to adapt the previous tests. I can create another commit with name like Cred unit test or fix or small commit for not running all the tests locally. Or I can simply add those modifications to my previous commit with amend no edit. This way I will maintain a single commit with my descriptive message. Let's continue with some aliases. The number 7. What's the action you always do before committing? Check the status of your working directory. Git status. But the result is quite long. Let's see a shorter way. Git status -s. And now create an alias with that. The same information but shorter. I don't need the information about the help command, the branch where I am, and the other stuff. But if required, I always have the long way. The number 6. How many times I've started modifying my code in the working directory, and then I realized that I'm working in the wrong branch. So I've created the following alias, using the stash command. Quite a long alias, right? Let's examine it. Save the changes in the stash, download the remote changes, change to the target branch specified as parameter, pull this branch, and finally apply back my stash. How to use it? Easy, and it moves all my changes not committed to the master branch. The number 5. Okay, I'm on a terminal, and it's not always pretty and easy to read the logs. So let's correct this. What does that mean? Git log with the graph and a pretty format. Let's take a look at the result. Starting to love the terminal now? It's pretty easy to read and you got all the information. The number 4. Let's go with some useful configurations. When pulling changes from the remote server, I have two choices, create a merge or a rebase. Creating a merge will quickly mesh my history into something unreadable, especially if I am in a big team. So I choose to rebase the changes. But the goal is to be performant and don't write it every time. This way, the default behavior will be to rebase my changes. No more need to add the rebase option. The number 3 is quite similar. When pushing a branch, I always have to specify the name I want in the remote server. But I always want to maintain the same name of the branch in my local and in the remote server. So let's configure it. Now, every time I push a branch, it will be pushed to the remote server with the same name as I have in my local. The number 2. The worst part of working with Git on a team is handling the conflicts, especially when merging or rebasing multiple commits or changes. Sometimes I have to resolve the same conflict multiple times. Here comes re. This will store how I resolve each conflict, and will apply the same strategy when encountering the same conflict. And the number 1, more about the conflicts. How do the conflicts usually show? Some symbols, the changes I've made, more symbols, the changes made in the other branch, and more symbols. But with this configuration, it will become a little bit easier to see the changes. With this, I will also see the state of the code before any change on both branches. I can see the changes I've added. Here I got the changes from one branch, here I got the changes from the other branch, and in the middle I can see there was no modifications before. With this, it's easier to solve the conflicts. That's all for the Git tips. If you think I've missed someone, add a comment and subscribe to my channel to miss no videos like this one. Bye!